Hey guys, it's Michael here from TradeHack. In this video, I want to show you how to set up a new client, add a new location to that client, and then finally how to add devices into this location. So let's get started. First, we'll click on Add a New Client, and we will then load in the details for this new client. Okay guys, I've now entered in the details for this new client. It'll be called Demo Company number 5. I'm simply going to save this client. You can now see that it's come through into the clients list. The bigger this client list gets, the more need there will be to start searching for the name of companies as this list grows. This search function here will cater for that. I'm going to add a location into the new company, Demo Company number 5. I'll simply add on the View Client Add Location button. You can see there is no locations as yet, so we'll simply add a location in. We will now start adding in the details for this location. So I have just added in the address for this location, and it has defaulted to the Sunshine Coast Council. I could change that to another council if required, but this one will be correct. So the next box down is the notification date. It has a month and a day. As it says in the explanation there, what date would you like to receive email notifications for device tests? Note that the days of the month are limited to 28. Please choose a notification day between the 1st and 28th of the selected month, and you will be alerted via email on that day. So basically you can set this date to give you as much warning as required so that you may generate a job booking for this location and not miss the anniversary date for the tests required. A suggested time frame would be to allow at least 1 month out from when the devices are due to be tested. This will ensure enough time is allowed to generate a job and to allocate that job to a tester. This job will then come up on the tester's schedule 7 days out from when the job is due to be completed. So I'm going to place a date to meet this requirement, and I'm going to add the location. So at this point we have successfully created a new client. We've then created a location that sits under that client detail, and we are now ready to start adding devices into this location. This would normally be done by admin. It would most likely be added in from previous Form 9s completed and using the details from these last tests for this location to start adding in the devices. I am now going to click on the device list and simulate adding in devices based on prior information. We will simply add a device. This will bring up an interface that looks like a Form 9. The first thing that you will notice is you get options to tick the box if it's for a first test, if this would be a new device. For a standard test, this is the default setting. A retest if a failed result has been previously sent in. An audit test as required by council. We have also added a removal of device box. This is used when removing a device from your database. By ticking this removal of device box, you will be notifying council that the existing valve has been removed from this location. At this point, we are simulating entering data from previous test reports completed. Therefore, we will need to enter in the minimum amount of data to set up a valve for this location. We will know the type of backflow prevention. We'll simulate that this one is containment. The type of device, which we'll simulate will be a double check for containment. So now we've added in a description for the location of the device. We will not be taking a photo of this device at this point, as we are admin entering these devices in. We will get the tester to add a photo and GPS locate that valve once they're standing on site. We will now place in the make and type of valve, the size, the model, and the serial number. At this point, we don't need to enter any more information as we are not actually completing a test. We will simply scroll down and save this form as a draft. You will notice that the appendix for testing on this device is pre-ticked. This will help notify the tester what appendix they're testing out of. You'll also notice that it defaults with a pass and a signature. This is just a default status, and this form is not being sent into the council at this point. Once the tester is taking the test, the pass or fail status will be dictated to by the data that's entered in. We will simply now just save this device as a draft. You can now see that this device has been saved into this location and is now coming up on the list of devices. If I had made a mistake at this point and I had incorrectly put in the serial number, if we go back in to edit this device, you'll notice that that serial number has been locked out. While the form is in a draft status, we can simply delete, and we will be prompted that we want to make sure that we want to remove this device, but we can simply remove that device at this point. Once a device has been sent into council, you will need to remove it through the removal box whilst completing a Form 9 test. Now that I've removed that valve with the incorrect details, I will simply go back in and add in the correct details this time. Once again, containment, DCV, enter in the location device. Once again, the type. You'll now see that it prompts from previous sizes entered. And this time we'll correctly enter in the correct serial number and simply go down and save this device as a draft. Okay, so now we have the device in with the correct serial number this time. Let's add in one more valve. This one will be an individual RPZ. We'll put in the location of this device. Once again, we won't take any photo recognition or GPS at this point. This will be completed by the tester. So now we've entered in the details for this device. We don't need to enter anything more at this stage. We'll simply save this as a draft. And now you can see both valves have been successfully loaded in to this location and are being displayed in the list of devices. Okay, well, thanks for watching, guys. I hope this video has helped to explain the process of setting up clients, locations and devices. Be sure to look out for the next video on how to set up a job and to start taking tests. Until then, happy testing.